Matt Moresco. Welcome to the main event. Thanks for joining me. It's your boy Bobbya, and it's been a long time, man. I've been wanting to do like a little podcast thing. Me, you, Matt, Wong, we've been trying to set this shit up, and finally we came out here. We're in Matt's apartment. What's up, Matt Wong?
Hey.
And we're just doing this, man. Nobody hold me back. It's not censored. I can say bitch. I can say ass. I can say shit. And I have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But, shit, I'm feeling good. We just ate lunch, man. That peppercorn chicken was off the hook, dude.
It was good.
You know what I want to talk about, though? A while back, we kind of got into this whole discussion about tipping. I even did a commentary on IGN about tipping. And I just think you're the best person for me to talk to this about because, one, you worked in the fucking industry where you were I don't know what the fuck, a busboy or a waitress or a waiter.
Hopefully not a waitress. I'm pretty sure I was a waiter, but you can say waitress.
I mean, you did that shit, but I mean, for the people that didn't see that commentary, I mean, basically just me, just basically saying, you could say black people don't tip, where I'm just saying I just so happen to be black and I don't like tipping, and you know, one of the reasons why is because I always just felt that for one, you picked that industry to work in. That was you knew going into that situation that, hey, I'm getting whatever type of hourly wage or whatever the fuck I'm getting. You're getting that. And on top of that, you either you're going to get tipped from someone or you're not. And my whole concept was I didn't want to feel forced to have to give a person a tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I come in and it's just me and my wife or me and you and Matt or some shit like that, we come, we eat. We ain't asking nothing extraordinary. Like, we want our food cooked, prepared well.
You want to be taken care of.
Exactly. But not to the point where you're running around in circles, you know, no shit like that. Like, just give me my meal. I'm going to tell you thank you. I'm going to pay for my meal. And I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But this whole stigma that's been put on in this industry where it's like, if you come out, because a lot of people told me, well, stay home if you don't want to tip. But I don't want to stay home all the time. I want to come out. I want to eat. And I want to pay my bill. And I want to go. You know? But yeah. I don't know. Where do you feel about that? I mean, that's just how I feel. And it's not because I'm black that I'm, you know, now enough onto the stereotype. You know, it's like, well.
But what'd you tell me, Moresco? You said 80%.
Well, so we were talking, I think as I was getting here, before you got here, we were walking out.
So now you say I'm on CP time because I come late. Now, that's what you basically tell me now. But it's cool. Go ahead.
The man got lost.
So, the restaurant where I worked, I would say like 80%, well, I'd say around 70% of like black people that came in did not tip. Now that could be like part of the location, like where that restaurant was at. Mm-hmm. But that was not to say that stereotype was true there, but like you definitely like if I had a 4-table section, mm-hmm. and I had 4 families come in. And if I'm busting my ass, like I'm sweating, I'm dripping, like my break's not until like 2 hours from now, and if one of those families is black, and if
hey, like I told you, man, Louis C.K. he already did this, right?
If I couldn't give all my best service to one table, I'm gonna
be black table
because I know it's sounds terrible.
It's not just restaurants though. So you don't tip like barbers, taxi drivers, no one in the service industry.
I'm paying
a bellboy,
bro. If you ring me up and it's $10.99 plus tax $11.58, I'm paying $11.58.
But you know how little they get paid though, right?
See, I sound like an asshole, and I don't want to sound like this mean person because I'm actually a good dude. It's just.
I see what you're saying. Your whole thing is why should the customer have to give, like, at least in our example, like the server or the waiter or the waitress, like, why should the customer have to bail them out, mm-hmm. and like make their wages more, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I see both sides of it. When I worked in a restaurant in Australia, I made, I think, like double money. Mm-hmm. And they had a tip jar like on the way out, but it was never, you never felt like it was mandatory to tip. You know, and I was cool with that.
And it's an American thing too, right?
Definitely American thing. Yeah, like if Europeans come into the restaurant, same thing. Like if I have a 4-table section, and if I can see one of those tables as Europeans, and if I have to, like if I'm so busy to the point where I can't give like the best service to one table, I'm going to pick the Europeans because I know they're not going to tip well.
And
if they tip
because
well.
that's their culture, right?
That's their culture.
And Matt Wong, we went to Germany a few years back.
Yep.
Met Vanessa. God, I miss Vanessa, sexy ass, and Laura, right? Vanessa and Laura.
Laura.
And we was going down to their little restaurant in our hotel pretty much every day because they had these badass chicken breast.
Tell the truth, Bobby. You wouldn't eat anything. We went out to town. You're like, this German food looks horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat none of that shit. So we was going to get club sandwiches, and I tried to tip Vanessa one day, and she almost looked at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" Because over there, it was like they were making good money. They didn't need that extra, you know. But let me clear something up. I don't want to just say I don't tip ever. But like you say, if it's a group of us and we're ordering a ton of things and things, I get that. Homeboy to the left or to the right can handle the tip if he paying. I get that because like you say, you busting your ass, you going. Like I've seen some places. I've been some places where I've gone, and man, the people the waiters and the people they go beyond the Call of Duty, and just it's crazy, right? Beyond the Call of Duty. Like, even suggest things for you, or if something's wrong with your meal, they take it back and don't charge. All these, like, they do these things day and day and day.
With, like, a great attitude,
about it. And those people, I'm just like, you know what? When it's one of those situations, okay, tip them, I don't know, is this wrong if I drop the extra $5? Is that doable, or does it have to be, like, some 20% type shit? Like then I think that's another thing I get into where it's like, okay, boom, here's $10 or here's $5, and then that's frowned upon. If I do that and they're like looking at you like, shit, I would rather you give me nothing. It's like I have to do so much for this tip. Or this is the one that gets me the most. If I don't tip and I like come to this place, I better not come back the next time and have that same person, because now I'm under that mind frame that someone gonna spit in my food or do something to it because I didn't tip the 1 or 2 times previous. Like
they're not going to give you good service.
And I think for me that's what really irks me about it, because I don't want to have that pressure that every time I come in I have to tip. I think that's where my thing comes in. It's like, okay, you did a good service this time. Say I tipped you, right? But the next time I don't have no extra cash on me to tip you. But then now it's like I'm looked upon as cheap, or the stereotypical black person as I just don't tip. You know, it's shit like that. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been in some bad places. Like, I like to go to some of the hole-in-the-wall places, because some of those places have some of the best food compared to the fancy places where you go spend a shitload of money and then have a meal and you're like, damn, I'm still hungry afterwards. And you just got to spend more money somewhere, you know? I like some of those places, and some of the things that I run into, some of those hole-in-the-wall places, they're not the best kept places. They're not all that clean. But still, your food's going to be great. And maybe I will leave a tip there because I enjoy that place. But I just don't feel like every time
it should be mandatory.
Right.
Well, I think it's based off the service, based off of, like, your experience, right? And the fact that most people expect 20%, right?
They expect it.
You go 15, they get mad. So it's like, I'm giving you this out of the, kindness of my heart, and you're asking for 20%.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad.
So, say if you don't give them that 20%, are you threatened when you come back the next time?
Probably.
Do you think,
shit? Moresco, that's Moresco. Would you, if you got under tipped, even if like 15%, would you would know that those people the next time they come in?
Yeah. No, because I mean,
yeah. There's set the fuck
that's
up.
That's the stigma, right? Because Bobby's like, yo,
and that goes around the entire restaurant.
Right.
So basically, you guys team up.
We're all in cahoots. Yeah,
see,
we're all looking at.
So my best bet is to stay home or not come back to your restaurant.
Well, no. I mean, it's. I mean, I think there's a lot of different factors that go into it. Yeah, it's like it depends where you go, the quality of food, the quality of service. I mean, some places, like the place I worked at at BJ's, if I came in, or if someone came in, let's say the bill's $100, I would, you hope for, I guess like 20%.
And you're counting on that because you only have so many seatings per night, right? So you're thinking
you only have so many seatings per night. I mean, we're making minimum wage. Yeah, like, yes, we know it's going in, but we, as a server, like you said, like, there's, like, these expectations of, like, you make your money in tips. And we also get taxed for the tips. So, like, I mean, you're shooting for, your goal is like, $20 on a $100 tab.
So, when you go out to eat, you, your girl, your friends, you guys already know we're going to drop this person, whatever. Now, what about the service? If the service is crappy, how much is that tip? Is that still the 20%? You're just going to say, well, never coming back here again?
Way. If I go to, like, the average kind of restaurant I go to is like a BJ's or like a Chili's. Like, I'll go with a group of friends or my girlfriend. Like, I'm always going to leave a tip no matter what. Unless they...
No matter what?
No matter what. Unless they're, like, completely negligent to, like, you know, if we come in and sit down and they show up 20 minutes late to take our order. But that doesn't really happen too often. But, 99% of the time, I'm going to leave a tip.
Damn. And that's... So... Basically, I would have to work in this industry for me to understand it. Because at this point in time, I'm not trying to be a bad guy. I know you work in this industry, and we've had this conversation on multiple occasions where I just come up with, I guess some people can call them excuses, or I come up with just examples of why. But I just feel like you chose this job. And I don't go out that often. And when I do, I don't factor that part in. Like, damn, okay, I gotta leave 20%. You know, I always just think, shit, I'm going to eat, take my old lady out, we're going to get some whatever. You know, like, I took her to the spot in Walnut Creek a while back for an anniversary. What's the steak place? The steak place.
Fleming's.
Fleming's. Took her to Fleming's. And pretty sure,
that's a popular steakhouse?
Yeah, pretty sure not going to go back because they got shut down a little while ago. They had somebody wasn't washing their hands back there and got some type of disease or something. They got shut. It was on the news. I'm not making this up. It was on the news. They got shut down for like a day or two. Like, it was
I think I remember you telling me
some real crazy shit. And I went there, and it was great. The little white lady was real nice. You know, was suggesting stuff for us. Our anniversary, they was going all out for us, giving us like wine, no extra charge. Everything was good, right? And my old lady was like, "Yeah, you gotta drop a tip." And I was like, "Shit, I'm already about to drop 200 on the bill. Like, I ain't really factored, so I gotta pay the valet." So I'm like, oh, okay, shoot, it's $5 good, you know? So I was to drop $5, and I'm like, and then I was hesitant. So I'm like, damn, is she gonna?
Your server was probably pissed.
So she was pissed.
100%. Yeah, 100% sure she's probably pissed.
So am I the bad guy? Am I the bad guy?
See,
or what? See, that's the type of shit I'm talking about, Matt. Like, she did an amazing job, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
Right.
But by the fact that all I had was an extra $5 left over.
Yeah, but it does go like to her. It went unnoticed. You know?
Okay, what about this? What if I did this? After that, after like she did everything, I walked up to her and said, "You know what? All I had was $5. I dropped that for you. I want to just thank you for being such a great hostess, waitress, whatever. I appreciate it. Shake her hand.
She probably would have.
the door.
That definitely would have eased the pain a little bit.
But I'm still cheap. I'm still a bad
talk to her
tipper.
supervisor and tell her, like, this lady was really good. I didn't have the money to give tip, but I just wanted to make sure that you know that she does a great job.
That's actually a good point too.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I did that every
time,
is that good? Is that good enough, or is the tip still outweighing
because
that?
maybe they'll get tip or a promotion or something, right?
Like, they could get promoted to like a better section where there's higher tips. So like maybe there's more tables.
Well, shit, we just came up with my solution. Then. That's my solution. I'm not tipping ever again. I'm just gonna and I'm not gonna be going around just dropping 5 stars on everybody. If someone goes beyond the Call of Duty again, like that, and they make me and whoever feel like we belong, because we in Walnut Creek, that's not predominantly a neighborhood where I'm associated with, and I felt like I belonged there. The stupidest thing is, I was doing something earlier that day, so I didn't have time to go change. So I was in my casual outfit. Like, my old lady was at home. She's able to get dressed up. We was in a hurry. She had got nice and dressed up. I show up with fresh Jordans on, blue jeans, white tee, and a hat. So I wouldn't even really fit in the dress code. So I'm quite sure when we walked in, everybody was looking at me like, he's not going to leave a tip. I'm quite sure they was thinking that. Like, I fit that stereotypical role of I don't want to say of the black person, but I just kind of looked like I didn't have no money.
Right.
And it just wasn't that, the cash that I had on me, like I didn't want to use my credit card, debit card, but I had just enough. I was like, okay, if we're gonna spend like $200, we'd be good. The valet want like 10, 15, and I'm like, I didn't take out no more money, and I didn't feel like going through all that whole thing to drop that tip. But I was like, I got an extra $5, and that's what I had. And I thought that'd have been okay, but obviously.
Yeah, if I had a $200 bill, and now if I had a $200 bill in a steakhouse. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting probably at least $40
for 2 people. $40.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many
Right
people.
there.
So you want?
It doesn't matter how many. You could have 2 people.
$40, 20%.
And as a server, you're probably thinking that too. I mean,
I'm about to get laid off.
Yeah. You're thinking, hey, or say you say a group of 10 people, you're like, oh, I'm about to get like a $40 tip, easy, wherever you are, right? And you're thinking that as you're serving them because you're going, this is gonna be a 2-hour dinner, and for 2 hours, I'm hoping to get X amount. Right?
So basically, by me going into Fleming's, one nice little fancy steakhouse, going in there, anniversary, getting treated like royalty, and at the end of the day, basically, I shitted on them by dropping 5. Basically, that's what I did. Unknowingly, to the point that I wasn't coming in there to try to do that, but all I had left at that point was a 5. I didn't stop by the bank. Like I said, I didn't want to bring out the credit card and debit card or anything like that. I had that cash, but basically, I should have brought up my card, paid for it, and put that little tip here. Because I ain't gonna even lie. When I look at the receipt, it'd be like total, tip, and then something else. I go ahead and put the total, put that line for the tip, and put the total back down just to make sure that they don't charge me nothing on my card, and I'm gone. But I feel bad now. I'm not gonna change the tipping thing, my philosophy, but I do feel a little bad that I did drop her that 5. But you kind of inspired me though. Like from now on, I'm honestly thinking when I go in there, and if someone, like I say, that lady did a great job. She did, and I can honestly say she deserved more from me, and that's personal foul on me for not really being prepared. But on a nightly basis, if I go somewhere, I'm not tipping all the time. Like I'm not going in there. Like here's the most recent thing: you and I and Matt Wong went to Amici's. We went there and we got a lunch, pizza, simple shit. And Matt Wong was like, "Gotta leave a tip." I was like, "Yo, I could have walked up and grabbed my plate and sat back down." Like the dude didn't do no work. Like literally, he sat us down, took our order, brought back a drink, brought back the pizza like 10, 15 minutes later, and he was done.
Well, no, that's a situation where, that guy does not get... I don't know what our bill was, $50? I would not leave him... But Sarah's bill was $50. I remember that.
I remember, Matt...
So then there's maybe like a $10 tip.
Like some shit...
10 at the most.
I think I ended up paying. Like, I put it on my card, and Matt was like, we gotta leave a tip. And I was just like...
Oh, yeah, you left it.
I was like, no way. And then he's like, I'll pay you back. Just pay the tip. And I was mad. I was like, they didn't do anything.
What happened, Bobby? We went to the ATM literally right after.
Yeah, I wanted my money back, though. I was hot.
You wanted it instantly.
I was hot. Because I'm like, see, those are the things. See, that experience compared to the anniversary experience that I had, I can see that lady deserving that tip compared to homeboy who just literally...
kind of half-assed.
I remember him coming
only
back.
What was required of him, and then...
See, I think that in between those lines, that's where I go, okay, I don't see the difference, and I don't understand why we're doing this here. Like, that guy did not... He deserved his check for what he got for doing, like, whenever he gets paid.
But he didn't go the extra mile.
Well, and Drew Brees would agree with you. You hear about that story?
Mm-mm.
How Drew Brees got takeout? It was like $170 bill or whatever, and he only left like a $5 tip. Because it was takeout. He didn't even have to leave... The takeout's a whole other thing. You don't leave tip if you just pick up and go.
No, but if you're fucking Drew Brees.
But that's
another thing. Alex Rodriguez, for the longest time, has been considered one of the worst tippers in the world. It's like, wait a minute. I mean, I understand he got the money. He do.
Right.
Right. I don't think... See, that's the thing. So one... You're an athlete or a celebrity or something, people expecting you to drop it because you got the money.
Drew Brees got vilified. So people are like, oh, he's cheap, and like he's like, it's a takeout.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to leave any money.
But you know what, though? Takeout, though, because now I've worked takeout, and you don't get tipped like you are a server. And which is understandable.
You don't even, I don't even tip during takeout. So I think takeout's a whole other ballgame.
Yeah.
Takeout is different. Like, if I never worked in a restaurant, I probably wouldn't tip takeout either. But like takeout, I'm only tipping... I'll tip $5.
And they don't flinch, right?
They don't flinch at all. Yeah, that's if you don't tip takeout, like whatever.
That's normal.
Like yeah.
So, but in this situation, if I go sit down, this is another thing, because I'm a villain. That basically, like when you watch that commentary, about the no tip. I was turned. I mean, I've always been a villain. I've always liked being a villain. I don't know. It's always better to be the bad guy. But when I was reading through those comments, even some of the friends who I play Call of Duty with, like, nah, man, you got a tip. You got a tip. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not. Like, no, I don't. I don't have the tip. Only person I'm tipping, and this even pay people. I say, man, a doctor for sure. If the man about to perform open heart surgery on me and he successfully does that, or
that doctor's making,
I don't care.
And you're probably paying for most of it because your insurance ain't gonna cover it.
Man, he getting extra.
So
he getting a little extra, man. Somebody working on my teeth or something, anything that's helping me better myself. Oh man, you getting that? But somebody cooking again. The dude at Amichis didn't deserve that tip. Matt Wong forced me to leave. That's why I wanted my money right back. I was like, no, I want my money right now.
We solved it, right, Bobby? And we can close it and be like, hey. You go to the manager. If it was a great service, you're gonna just give them their props, right?
That's it. Is that not good enough? Can I get away with that?
It definitely helps. Like if someone came up to me and was like super sincere, and I think I even told you this. Like if someone was sincere and said, hey, like, you know, if they went through your whole spiel, like, hey, I don't have enough money, or you know, it's only $5, but you know, hey, like, you did a hell of a job, you know, yada yada yada, like that would definitely like help make my night for sure. I don't think it entirely replaces not leaving like the right amount for a tip, but it definitely helps big time.
And you know what else? The other thing I think that really kind of helps bring that whole no tipping part out for me, I'm a little terrified of most restaurants. Like I said, I've been to some where they're kind of hole in the wall places, and I went to this one. Me and my wife went a few years back, right? Like our barbecue. I'm about to shit on them. I don't care. We went to Everett and Jones. I like Everett and Jones. But we went to their restaurant, one of the bigger ones. You sit down, and we had some bad things happen where our forks had stuck on food on them. And we sent them back twice. And from that day on, I was just like, I'm never eating off metal forks or any of this shit ever again. Like, I'm even iffy about drinking out Matt Wong's cups. Not because Matt Wong did anything. I'm just weird like that. I like my plastic cups. I like my plastic utensils and shit like that. I'm weird. You know?
Like to know that it's 100% clean. Like there's no.
And even plastic, you can't know everything because people will say, "Oh, well, plastic's not that cleaning." I don't care. I mean, to me, when it'll come out the box, I rinse it off. It's good. You know, everything's all good with it. But I'm weird like that. You know, I mean, I just think some people in these restaurants are just dirty. I just like I say. Everett and Jones was one instance. I mean, I'm not saying they're dirty, but them forks kept coming back with stuck on meat was freaking me out. And me and my wife made a conscious decision from that day forward. No more metal forks, no more plates. I mean, we go in places and we go with a group of people and we're like, can we get plastics? And everybody looks at us like we're aliens or some shit.
What about the steakhouse?
Oh yeah,
plastics over?
Yeah, I'm going plastic all day. People,
they had it too.
Yeah, because they do takeout. They do takeout. Okay. So. Everywhere I go, I do plastics, but I just feel like some people just are. I mean, the steakhouse got closed down for a couple of days because somebody wasn't washing their hands and some people got sick. I mean, you worked in this industry. Do you see these? Because that's another, and that's why I am scared to go back to some places. Because if I don't tip, I'm gonna get something in my plate or in my cup. I mean, what do you think? Is that?
I would say 9 times out of 10, if you go to a steakhouse, like if you go to a high-end restaurant, you shouldn't have to worry about that stuff. Now, if you go to like a hole in the wall place, or I worked at a pizza parlor in Pacifica.
Oh yeah, you told me the story.
And now, judging from the outside, that place from the outside looks like your typical pizza parlor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, family, friends, anyone come in there, it looks fine. And you walk in, you look behind the counter, and it's a bunch of young kids. Mm-hmm. And I've told you stories, so. You go to a place. I mean, one of my second day, actually my second day training, I signed on to be a delivery driver. Mm-hmm. It's probably the worst driver that was ever there. I was late to pretty much every single house. Pizza was always cold. But my second day of training, my buddy pulled up in front of the house. He had to slam on the brakes, and he had the pizza in the back seat, and the pizza went flying off the seat. It somehow turned upside down. A couple of pieces fell out and landed
out of the
seat of his car. Yeah. So I looked back there and I looked at him. I was like, so what do you do in a situation like this? And he looked at me. He looked back at the pizza and he flipped it back over. He took the 2 pieces that fell out of the box. He put them back in. He kind of like mashed them together a little bit, like he couldn't tell. I actually saw him take off. He played hockey. I think he was changing his skates one day, like a couple weeks prior. I saw him take off a screw.
So that's the type of nasty shit.
So that kind of stuff definitely does happen. Not at every restaurant, like I said. At steakhouse, you shouldn't have to worry about that. Even at BJ's, like we prided ourselves in cleanliness.
Okay,
like
answer me this: were you one of those nasty boys that did shit? I mean, honest with me, because I mean that's the type of stuff that freaked me out. Were you one that had any nasty shit going on? Because I know you told me stories, but just keep it real.
I'll be honest. The one story I have, and I have to think if there's more. There might be a couple more, but the one I know for sure is my second day on the job. I rollerbladed to work, and I just figured it'd be a good idea to get some exercise in the process going to work. So I skated about 1.5 miles to work. I get to work. I'm sweating, dripping bullets. I'm like 5 minutes late, and
This is the pizza parlor.
The pizza parlor. So I get in there, and there's like 10 tickets on the line. Like, there's no time for me to go in the bathroom and wash my hands and kind of cool off for a few minutes.
Just nasty.
Very nasty. And I'm like, all right. So I get up to the line, I grab the pizza, I grab the ticket, and I'm sweating before I even start making the pizza. I look at my buddy. I'm like, dude, like, can I take like 5 minutes to go cool up? This is not right. He's like, no, man, just make the fucking pizza. He's like, we're buying we're 10 tickets deep. So I'm making the pizza, I'm rolling out the dough, I'm kneading it, which is something you have to do, and I am seeing sweat come off my forehead and land in the dough.
So you one of them nasty boys then. So
that day I was.
So they're getting that special Moresco sauce.
They got all the salt and stuff that was coming off my forehead.
Maybe I should start staying home because that's the type of stuff that.
But that's not going to happen at every restaurant. At that place, it definitely did. Like I said, a lot of young kids didn't give two shits. It was their first job. It was more like a hangout. If you came to that place on a Friday, Saturday, you could find out like where the parties were at, and half the guys working behind the counter were throwing the parties. So like it was like almost like a place to be. It didn't matter. I mean, the pizza was always good, no matter what was falling.
I don't think so. Not with your special memo. Is that not disgusting to you?
Yeah, you guys. I told you about the Anthony Bourdain book because you say like that's not common. It's common. It's
happening everywhere, right?
Yeah. It may not be at like top notch places like Fleming's or whatever. Yes, they had the one. Yes, they had the one.
Hey, they shut them down.
The way that he described the food industry, it's just like
everywhere.
Yeah, it's what. It's you don't.
You just don't know.
The cleanliness is not what you think it is. So not even just cleanliness in terms of the people sweating or you know.
Rents are just nasty, bro.
Right.
No, believe me, it's not just me.
Because you've seen those, right? The guy who like put like the KFC or Taco Bell stuff down his pants, or the people were taking pictures. You heard about those stories, right?
There was a Chinese restaurant, and I read this article when we were at IGN, that there was a Chinese restaurant. Someone had hit a deer.
Oh yeah!
And they rolled whoever the owner was rolled the deer into the kitchen. They were cutting that deer up, and that's what they're using for meat. And a customer saw like a blood trail leading the kitchen. They found out. They shut that place down for like 2 weeks.
Oh man!
And they asked the owner. He said he's been doing stuff like this. Oh no, I think he said that was for his family. But you can't be dragging it in the back of the kitchen. I will say that because BJ's was so freaking corporate that they were actually. I didn't really see any shenanigans go down.
Moresco, you should look at that camera and be like, BJ's. The best place to work ever.
You sucking a dick so hard.
I'll unload on in a second.
This podcast is not brought to you by BJ's.
Let me just say BJ's, because we had guys coming in a couple times a month where like they would inspect shit to a T. And so, like, if they're like 10 points off, or I don't know how like this grading scale work, like if they were off to a certain extent, like they would fucking get shut down, and then people are losing jobs. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Like the worst thing I heard.
You like cream first or the chocolate first?
Cream. No, chocolate.
Crazy.
I say the cream for last. The worst thing I ever heard, as far as like handling food went, and I don't know if this is true. It's been a rumor. I've always anytime like I'm with buddies from high school, we just talk about like random shit. Usually this comes up because I always want to know if it was true or not. Mm-hmm. And I heard that a guy who I knew in high school was working at another in Pacifica, and he jacked off into the tomato sauce.
What wasn't that the movie? Waiting. It's just like the movie. It's like that Ryan Reynolds movie, right?
That movie's fucking hilarious.
Bro.
It's true.
I feel bad for whoever had.
Oh, no, I don't know if it's true. Now, but the guy who was rumored to do it definitely is the type of guy who would do it because he just didn't give a fuck.
Wow,
but I don't know if it actually happened.
It ain't no telling what the fuck I done probably ate too, man. Shit.
The less you know, the better off you are, right?
You know what I would like to be? If I wasn't working in IGN, living the okay life, I would want to be one of those, like, what do they call them? The people that go into the restaurants and inspect. Like, they just inspect, food inspectors.
Health inspectors?
I would want to be one of the most feared health inspectors on the fucking planet. Because I'm going to come in there, and I'm going to inspect the shit out that place. I'm talking, I mean, I'm quite sure people do that now, but dude, you're going to hate me. Because anytime I come, they're going to be like, God damn, Bobby here. Damn, Bobby. Because
You'd be shutting places down.
I'm shutting places down left and right. Whether you're big business or all this politics behind it, like if people trying to stop me, I'm shutting you down. I mean, the best thing to do is to avoid places and just not go out. That's what everybody would say. But every now and then you want to go out. You know, I don't want my old lady cooking me that dry ass chicken breast every night. You know, I want something. I mean, I love my lady's food, but the chicken breast is just something wrong with that shit. But I just want to get out every now and then, and I just feel that, like you say, the less you know, the better. Because I'm quite sure some place I done been to is just some shit just then went down, and it's just you like, man,
you didn't know.
You know,
I've never seen anybody spit anybody's food. I will admit that. There was a girl I worked with who, if she didn't like a customer, or like if someone pissed her off, or if it was a shitty tipper,
just avoid me. Do some shit like that. Just do some.
She would actually take Visine, a couple of drops of Visine, and put it in her drink, and I guess that gives you the runs or something that fucks with your stomach.
And that's if you didn't tip, or is that just she didn't care?
I think if you pissed her off,
it's
like
BJ's.
Actually, this went down to BJ's.
No, yeah, okay, fuck BJ's.
I guess sponsored on that one. We lost them as a sponsor just right now.
Maybe I shouldn't just go out to eat no more then. I mean, I think the solution is there's only two things I think I can do. Is it one, I practice just staying at home and eating my chicken breasts and salmon and all this other healthy shit that I'm trying to do. Either do that or go out, and at the end of the day, when I go to BJ's, or I'm not supposed to say BJ's since you be giving them so much props, go out. I mean, I like BJ's, I ain't gonna lie. BJ's is the truth, man. But I guess I just gotta pull people to the side and just be like, man, you did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. I'm gonna just pull out the smooth Denzel out of me, you know? Just come at them and just be like, hey, you did a fantastic job. And I appreciate everything you did for me and my family. I don't have no more money for you, but thank you. And just give him that sincere handshake. Maybe a hug if it's a lady, whatever. Give the guy his little dap white boy handshake, whatever. And we good. And you basically saying that if it's their manager too, that could possibly, I doubt if it's going to lead to a promotion though. Especially if it's
not a promotion, but that server could get bumped up to like a better section. Like maybe he has 5 tables instead of 4.
So in the long run, that helps them out more than that tip of mine. That 20% that they could have got from me actually is outweighed by my words of kindness, because you're saying they can get bumped up to more tables, and that's more tips coming in.
I mean, possibly. I would still say, like, first and foremost, like the tip, like a better tip would supersede like the nice words. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if you can't leave the tip, like, definitely
don't make it sound like I'm broke though. Not like it's not that
or
I
if
can't.
If you don't want to
leave the tip, I just didn't have the extra few dollars at that time.
If you didn't want to leave the tip or didn't have the extra couple bucks, then yeah, definitely that's like the next best thing you could do. Is say like, hey, like, you did a great job, or let the manager know that, and then yeah, there's definitely a chance of that server getting bumped up to like a better section, or maybe they go from the floor like to cocktail, where there's a lot more tables, like better tips, stuff like that.
Okay, this the last thing. If you didn't work in that industry, would you still have the same mind frame? Because that's the thing. People telling me I have to work in the industry to really see what's going on. If I didn't work in that industry, or if you didn't work in that industry, do you think you would feel the same way?
I would still tip. I probably wouldn't be. There's 2 things for sure. I probably wouldn't be as good of a tipper, and then I would have like right now, like I'm a lot more forgiving. Like if a server makes a few mistakes, like it doesn't bother me. Like I'm a lot more understandable. So I'll still leave. Like if I get like I said, if they made a few mistakes or if they're running around crazy and I can see that, and like we're not getting the best service, but I can see that he's trying. Like I'll still hook him up. So I'd say I wouldn't be as good a tipper as I am now, and two, like I'd probably be a lot less forgiving if I didn't work in the industry.
Sounds good to me. Well, Matt Moresco, we just did our first podcast. I don't even know what the title of this bitch. I was thinking something like the main event with Bobbya and friend, but I don't really know yet. I think we still got to iron this shit out. We still got a lot of things to do because I'm used to doing my one-man podcast with my Call of Duty stuff, so now I got to get used to this opened-up world where I'm not censored. I can say the things I want to say, and we can talk about what we want to talk about, but I'm still not going to tip. It's just not happening. We already came to that conclusion. Matt Wong, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy we finally was able to do this. We've been planning to do this for so long. Hopefully the people enjoy this, enjoy us. Give us some feedback on what they would like to see in the future. I mean, it's up to y'all. Just let me know. Let Matt Moresco know. You don't have a Twitter, huh? We didn't even create you a Twitter account. It should be like the real Matt Damon or something like that. I mean, we should probably...
The real Matt Damon with not a lot of money.
We should set that up. Get us an email address, Matt Wong. We got to come up with like a Gmail so people can send in like questions or feedback. But I like that we're doing this, and it's just something different. It's not Call of Duty. It's just I don't want to say the real me because I'm not a bad guy like that, but it's just different, you know. Hopefully y'all appreciate it, and I'm glad you joined me. I mean, shit, I had fun. I appreciate it, but we gotta get out of here, man.
It was a pleasure.
All right.